Okay, so welcome to Learn Golf with Cassie. This is our driver analysis video. Cassie on her first drive of 2019. All of these videos are from 2019. And Cassie's always been quite good with her driver, as you can see here. We don't spend a great deal of time working on driver, but she has a nice sort of tempo, and she was getting the ball out there about 100, 110 yards. We're going to look at some of the issues she's got, though, at the beginning of the year. And one of the things was she wasn't really hitting through, just letting the club swing around her without really putting effort into the follow-through. And as you can see, they were getting out there fairly okay. This is the beginning of the year. If she really went for it like she did there, she'd lose some of the control, and that one flew way right. But she could get it out there. This is sort of like in the middle of the March, June. You see, she's almost standing up as she hits it, but she gets a good amount of club onto the ball. She really delivers the club head to the ball, so that's why the ball's going somewhere. And it's not like massively off its line. You can see she stands up, picks her arms up a little bit, but she's coming down the right swing arc, so the actual results are fine. And you know, they're going out there straight pretty much. This is now in England, and you can see they're coming out low with hook there. She went through a period where she just couldn't get the ball up in the air, and she was kind of hitting it like an iron, because she'd been hitting her 7-irons really well, so she was hitting it more like an iron. We worked on it on the driving range, and by the time we went back to England again, which is now, she was starting to sort it out. This was Horton Park. She picks it up a little bit, but she comes back down on the right arc, and she, as a consequence, hits the ball pretty straight. That was a very good shot. This one was an excellent shot. She's in the right position here. She's delivering. With the driver, the fact that she doesn't keep her posture is not such a big issue, because it's further away from her, and she's got time and swing around her body to deliver the head to the ball, and she's getting a lot more energy into the ball by the middle of the year, which is by now. Still sort of like standing up and picking it up rather than letting the club swing around behind her. But as I say, you know, she's standing up here, but she's delivering the club with energy, so they're actually going okay. They tend to go right because her hands are pulling ahead of her, but this one, boom, really delivered the club head. The elbow's in the line with the club shaft. She delivers it out there, and that was about 140. This one was a really good swing. This is in England. Bang. Still standing up at delivery, but this was an absolute monster. She hit that 175. This is on the same round, a couple of holes before actually, and she does exactly bang, really delivers and lets the club really fly through, and so she doesn't lose any of the energy, and that was out there 160. Okay, but so this is still in England, and one of the things that kind of started to happen with that taking the club away high, she was getting her hands going faster, and then basically the club was being dragged through, so those went right, and she was having a bit of a cut when she hit the ball. The cut was quite small. When her hands got overly fast and ahead of the ball, they would cut to the right. These were some lovely shots, though. She was really starting to get it out there and feel like she can hit her driver out there 120. This was a serious big cut, which got her into big trouble. We got back to England and we started working it. You can see I've just frozen there because we've now put her elbow in to be in line with the club. You'll see her drop her elbow in to match the line of the driver there, and that's kind of a presetting her impact position, dropping the elbow in. There it is. So the club will go round her rather than being picked up. There you go. Still a little bit picked up, but it's going around her more, enabling her to keep that arc on a better circle. Still a little bit pushed the ball's still going a little bit right because she's still pulling her hands a little bit too fast, but so there's a tiny bit of cut. When she gets tired, that'll happen more. This is a lovely shot, and you'll notice now that she's getting the height again, so she's not hitting that low one. They're all going high. She gets her elbow in, lovely shot. Little bit of a cut again. And so the other thing we've been trying to work on is making sure that the club head gets the ball not after the hands. So the hands and the club head get there together. The club head releases through the ball before the hands pull, and when she gets it, like here, lovely shot right to the front of the green. And now we're sort of getting, 150 as a regular result. And when she really catches it, bang, lets that club really release through ahead of the hands, or just as the hands are going through, she hits some absolute monsters. There you go, there's the elbow, bang, that's gone straight, probably around 160. So she was, by the end of the year, this is kind of October time now, she was starting to absolutely rip the ball off the tees, and as a consequence, she was getting there in 2 sometimes, or at least by the green side in 2, making the chance for pars and better. This smashed nice and high, nice and long, and so this is why we're very confident that she'll get through 100 mark very, very soon. And so this is, we really haven't done a lot of work on the driver except to make sure she doesn't get too fast, but when she lets the club swing through, she's staying on her arc, she doesn't lift up and stand up too much. She really delivers that club with a lot of club head speed. So we are getting out there now. By the end of November, which is when this is, we're getting out there by about 160, 170 regularly. So I'm going to leave you with some of the good shot tracer videos we had by the end of November, so you can see where the ball's flying. You've seen her swing. We still want to make sure that she doesn't stand up on the backswing so much, and she keeps her posture and has a lot more space to swing the club through. But I mean, she's really doing a great deal of good things with her driver. So we're not going to over practice, we're just going to let her enjoy hitting the club. We're now in Bali. She hit some absolute monsters out there, and they were going 170, and they were high, straight and long, which is a pretty good combination, one that most of us would love to have. And she really does enjoy hitting driver. And we're now actually into 2020 when you're watching this, and she is doing even better than here. She actually hit about 195 the other day with a fairly smooth swing, just delivering the club. Okay, last few words at New Kuta. When she does get her hands too fast, it slides out to the right, and that's the one we're trying to make sure she doesn't hit. She rarely hooks now. The one to the right is the one that when she swings too fast, when she lets the club head release through, there it is right down the middle. Okay, I hope that's been interesting to you. We've had a lot of fun teaching. This is Coach Dad teaching Cassie. She's really enjoying her golf now.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. We hope you all enjoyed it. Click the thumbs up button if you like to, subscribe down below if you haven't already. Click the notifications bell to get an email every time we post, and we usually post on Mondays and Wednesdays.